I was inspired to make this video by the voluntary anti-statist uh, YouTuber channel that did a video response to my previous video about do Republicans hate women. Um, he mentioned that the Republican Party and the Democrat Party, more or less, I paraphrase, but it's just a farce, and they're a bunch of clowns. And he was curious what I thought about the whole thing. Here's what I think. People are wondering what direction this nation is going towards. And I'll tell you what I think. I believe this nation is going towards a nation of dependence. And it's a nation of dependency. And it's obvious to anyone with a brain that as the government provides more and more services, essential services such as healthcare, then the people need to become more and more reliant on them. And it's more and more important for them to keep that structure intact, to support that structure, to do whatever that structure tells them to do, because it's almost like they have them held hostage by retaining monopoly on certain services. Then on the other hand, the people that are in this professional wrestling match of politics, on the other hand, we are to be dependent on this other group to somehow save us from this first group that makes us over-dependent. So it's this bizarre catch-22 of dependency. Myself, as what I believe an American should be, I strive to be as independent as possible. For those who may not know, if I could get my way, I would have a farm where I just saw to my own needs on my own property from start to finish. And that would suit me right into the ground. That's my idea of a good life. Now, I understand that that isn't everyone's idea of a good life, but when it isn't yours, you need to understand the consequences of having the essential parts of your life divided up where you got to rely on other people, or even worse, other leaders who in their grand commanding benevolence either give you what you need or withhold it based on their own personal whims. That's what I think, man. I think it's a bad deal, and I think more people need to speak out against it, and more people need to reveal the process. Now, I pointed out that the whole Democrat thing when they stated that the Republicans hate women, my purpose in pointing that out wasn't to be like, oh look, the Republicans are such great people. It was to point out the farce of this point of contention. You know what I'm saying? To point out the ridiculousness of, oh, this person hates this group because they voted against Bill 541, which would have gave that group each $10,000 to start a new business or whatever. That's preposterous. It's preposterous, and it needs to be exposed for the circus that it is, man. Thanks for the video response, and we'll see y'all later.